Alright, let's go ahead and show off my fancy Scarecrow song.
Okay.
I
I
actually
remember
have go ahead.
I always made the Scarecrow song just like up, 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 so I remember it.
Yeah,
Because I actually made a whole song as a kid and I never fucking remember it.
the song I like
What were
playing
you?
that I like is like custom is this. Oh, it's this.
Oh yeah, he can change the.
Yeah, but it
You can
doesn't
make it sound really
register.
creepy.
Yeah, it doesn't register when you do it, so I had to do like.
Oh really? It doesn't
And
register.
something to mention now is like I like how they even have their own custom animation, the like green stuff coming up, and how it says you played the Scarecrow song, so you can pretty much invent your own song.
Yeah, and it feels official.
Yeah.
Although for me, you've been standing there holding the ocarina for quite some time.
Well, it'll show up in the recording like that too, probably then.
He's just playing the ocarina, so like he's got his eyes closed and he's swaying back and forth. He's just feeling the music so strongly. Okay, now you're in a completely different room fighting those ice-breathing ice guys.
Yeah, I gotta get this stray fairy. Oh no, don't overflip, you bastard. Ugh.
Is
I'm
Majora...
gonna have to walk all the way. Whoa, whoa, Majora, thank you.
I'm so glad Majora is actually helping
Yeah,
you through this fight.
we gotta go out there and campaign for him, you know.
I agree. Everyone else is just spreading a whole bunch of malarkey about him. Don't believe the hype. Well, don't believe the negative hype.
Majora fever. So there's the really annoying fairy to get. That you have to like use the flower from all the way up there and get. Or do some precise jump.
Know about that one. Like, I didn't know about that one at all until a few years ago when I actually got the magic bar because as I probably said before, first time I played it, I didn't have the special magic bar. Mainly because of that fairy, because I could not find it.
Oh, I don't have the compass, so this is a little tough, but this one's like especially as a boss.
I like these mini bosses, even though it's kind of easy. I just think he looks cool.
Yeah, it's interesting to get like a magic enemy. It's actually like,
yeah, it's like
humanoid
hey,
and casts spells.
And he just lives in this temple. It's mainly inhabited by Gorons. Well, the temple isn't, but the area is. Wait, what was the significance of this temple to the Gorons? I don't remember.
I can't remember. All I know is that one big Goron's like guarding it, and I know Darmini like was going to face all the monsters in here, but he ended up dying. Do you remember how he died?
He got blown off the side by that Goron and it killed him. He didn't even
I know
get inside.
It's pretty obvious now. This is their temple of where they prayed to the Islamic god. It makes more sense now.
His temple.
Yeah.
Because I remember the Dodongo's cavern. They actually like went in there and ate rocks, which doesn't sound so cool saying it out loud.
Yeah, for some reason, I didn't. For some reason, like me being a Goron eating rocks almost appealed to me. I don't know. That's completely weird. I can't understand anyone relating to that, but
eating rocks appealed to you?
Yeah, like as a Goron, I guess. I just imagine, oh, as a Goron, rocks must taste so good.
I've never thought that much into it.
Yeah, I
like
don't know
being a
why.
Goron.
Like that rock meat that I gave to that guy, I was like, oh, as a Goron, that must like taste so good. And I wasn't thinking like it tasted like meat. I was just thinking that must have tasted so good. Who knows what kind of taste I was imagining. I can still remember that though.
I remember, like, in kindergarten, my teacher was making this special soup, or it was a throwback to something from, you know, some really old shit, and you cook the soup with a rock in it, and I remember thinking as a little kid we were gonna eat the rock, and I was like, I wonder if like, how are you gonna eat it? Like, how can you even chew it? You know, does it taste good because of all the soup stuff around it? You know, and they were just like the adults just bust out laughing at him. It's like, you don't eat the rock, silly. But I'm like, why are you? He's like, I'm the silly one. You're the one's cooking soup with rocks in it, and then you don't eat it. You know, like, well, this whole thing is stupid.
Yeah.
That was a story long forgotten. That was a Tinder.
Sometimes these things die.
1994.
What's that?
I was just saying how long ago that was.
Sometimes those wolves die with one fire arrow and sometimes not. But I managed to kill them with one fire arrow that time.
How many times does it normally take?
Like 2 at least. When I did the practice run.
I hate fighting those wolves. Oh. Okay, so...
Yeah, they block so much. All the enemies that block are really annoying.
The wolves tend to block more so than other enemies, though. And they're not, like, I don't really like fighting them because they're not very cool. They're just wolves. And they make that really whiny howl.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm getting trolled by the angles in this game.
What, are you still pushing that block around?
No, I'm on it now. There we go. Icicle's trying to impale me.
To keep you down.
Oh no. Oh
What?
no. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, thanks, Majora.
Oh, you fell.
I did a fancy flip where you rolled before it, and I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna overshoot this now.
Yeah, the flips can fuck you over. Oh, I'm seeing it now.
Oh, I tried to do something even cooler then, but I guess I'll just... Oh, that's why I hit the wrong button. Let me try this now.
When you do a flip, hit levitate and see if he just levitates into the air with his arms all out like...
Yeah, he does,
like,
watch. Alright, now let me do one of the fancy flips. Look at this.
I'll see it eventually.
Perfect landing. Thanks,
What the
Majora.
fuck?
That was fancy. Oh, it got me. I hear the wolves, they're coming.
Sorry, my dad keeps text messaging me and I keep getting distracted.
Oh no.
What the hell? I remember I was playing a Banjo-Kazooie ROM, you can levitate in that one.
Oh, yeah.
And when you fall asleep, you start flipping. I remember I caught it right before he hit the ground, and he just kept flipping, and when I made him levitate, he would just flip constantly. But then when I put him, even at a distance where I stopped levitating, he would land fine, it would do enough damage to kill him.
Oh wow.
Really frustrating.
So there's still something in this room that I have to do to get the berries. Oh crap, I need some magic though. There we go. I gotta use my sword slashes sparingly, but I should make it.
Yeah, I mean, 200 slashes...
It's 100.
Oh, 100? Oh, never mind.
I used to think 200.
Yeah, we were both saying 200 before. I forgot about the 100.
When it popped up on screen, I mentioned it, but...
Yeah, I remember now. What?
I just think it's funny how we're talking about What we clearly did in the video.
We're talking about the Slash as well seriously too.
There's not much extra to say though when you're just going back to rooms you were just at.
Yeah.
I guess I could note, yeah, we were talking about how the roll, it does look cool though. It's another thing like that. As a kid, like putting something and surrounding it with fire was just like, that's all you needed to do to make something look badass.
Yeah. Or if something had electricity like going all around it, that's really cool to me.
And whenever like kids thought that that was lame, I always felt like, oh wow, I'm so weird. But I'm glad there's other people as nerdy as me, I guess.
Whenever people, like, as a kid, I was so used to, like, no one agreeing with anything I said that I never really gave much thought to it, you know?
But yeah, actually, like, I remember as a kid when I would roll around as the Goron, I was always, like, disappointed when he stopped catching on fire and went into the spike mode. Because even though he went faster, I thought he didn't look as cool.
He doesn't. But the spikes are cool, but I think more of, like, how painful it must be to have spikes, like, that just go out of your whole body. Like, they spring out of his head and stuff.
Yeah, it reminds me of, like, Wolverine, how he gets stabbed every time he uses his stuff.
Oh yeah, when he uses his claws, or they just called claws, his adamantium skeleton claws. You know, most people think that that was his mutation, but his mutation was that he could heal.
Yeah, and then didn't they, like, inject that stuff into him?
Yeah, I don't completely remember the whole story, but some corporation forced that on him. But that was, he didn't even willingly do that.
A world where mutations are mostly good. Well, I mean, mutations get a bad rap in modern day too, because like mutations are how we evolve and everything. And whenever there's a weird looking mutation, that's when it gets flagged. And people think like, oh, I don't want to become a mutated.
Well, just thinking like I'm, like, you know, being a mutant, that doesn't sound very glamorous, but you know, the X-Men had it pretty good. Well, not in society, but they had all these kick-ass powers.
That's why I think it's funny how they try and include like, oh, look at the strife that these people go through, that these X-Men go through. When it's like, they have superpowers, who cares?
I know, they have fucking superpowers. You know, I could put up with people treating me like shit all the time if I had superpowers.
If I could freeze, if I could like turn something into ice, I wouldn't give a shit.
I know, anyone gives me some shit, you know, I'll just start freezing parts of their body and make them apologize.
Yeah.
You know? Or just freeze them entirely and just leave them like that for like days.
And why weren't any of the mutant powers negative? Except for like some of the bad guys have weird side effects.
Well, Rose, remember she couldn't touch anybody's life. And I don't remember too much about the villains. It's been a long time since I watched X-Men. I used to watch that cartoon that was on in the early 90s like every day though.
What the heck? It's still showing that there's a chest on the basement.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's the one I just got.
You need the ones of truth to see it?
Maybe. Oh, you know what? Wait, did I get the fairy? I
There you
didn't
go.
pick up the fairy, wow.
I've done that before.
Let me see if the chest icon's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, I should be able to move on safely now without regretting anything.
It's weird that there's lava in this temple and it's the ice temple.
Yeah, I always thought that was pretty cool, how they have like, they slip lava in there at certain parts. Just to like remind you you're in like the Goron area as well.
Yeah, also like, you know, you do kind of Gorons with fire, but they made it ice, and it actually works
Yeah.
relatively well.
It's pretty weird because you do think about it. They're probably durable in like all kinds of conditions, even the ice. I mean, they're not doing too well, but that's because it's like freezing.
Yeah, and it's like it's freezing in like at a time of year where it's completely unnatural.
Yeah.
Like Silent Hill, snow this time of year.
Have you seen a little girl?
Yeah. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, what are your thoughts on this temple? Like, how fun and interesting do you think it is?
I think it's more fun than the Adalwa Temple, but I kind of like the feel of the Adalwa Temple better. I'm not really sure. So is it going to Night of the Secondary now?
Yes.
Okay, I think I need to... Okay, now I remember what I have to do to go back up. Or actually, can I... Let me just go through this door for the 7th time. There is a way. I'll just go through the way I was thinking of doing it. So back to the door. There we go.
I like the vibe of this temple, but it is a little bit boring.
I like the idea of the pillars and everything in the central room, and that you're kind of like scaling it, which is really cool. How you're scaling the tower instead of just going through this normal basement or dungeon.
This doesn't feel so much like a temple to me, though, and feels much more like just this weird, you know, mountain with a bunch of areas inside of it.
Gracias, Majora. I continue to praise your name.
Very bad. Oh, what the hell?
What's that?
You're just all over the place and there's all these weird sound effects.
Yeah, hopefully next time I record it won't have these problems.
You know, Skype is... You never know with Skype, you know. I'm getting the basic idea here.
Yeah, and it keeps catching up every once in a while.
Let me just start playing an unrelated game. Talking about something.
Let me just like go through the Banjo-Kazooie wiki real quick.
Oh yeah. I'll just start reading a wiki of a completely unrelated game and not even say anything.
Alright, so I don't need to I did raise this thing, right? Yeah, I raised it.
Yeah, you just did. Dude, Gorons are pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
Punching that thing right out.
But I mean, Link's proved to be like a beast as well. When he, Oh crap. I think I did the... Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, when Link's like moving giant blocks.
Oh yeah, true. And this one just had more of an effect on me because it went flying right the fuck out, you know?
Alright, is this the room with the... Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna give these guys the fire arrow. Ye olde fire arrow. Oldest trick in the book. Shooting an arrow that's on fire.
And then an arrow that has the element of fire already inside of it.
Oldest trick in the book, shooting an arrow imbued with the element of fire.
I remember as a kid, like, I thought it would be cool to have water arrows, and my friend was just like, no, it wouldn't. You know, what the hell
Just
would
like,
you use?
shoots in someone's mouth. Thank you.
I was so thirsty. I don't know, like, fucking water arrows? What was I thinking?
Yeah. Maybe, but they had, I mean, the ice, fire, and light is a good mixture. They don't need to have like lightning, and then trying to find a bunch of lightning type
Yeah.
puzzles.
You know, there's light arrows. I remember thinking, like, it would be cool to have dark arrows,
Oh
but
yeah.
I could never think of like what it could do. I just had the concept.
Maybe you could like hide
This
you.
is what,
Maybe it could like hide
and then you could sneak behind people with a paper bag. I mean, a plastic bag.
you. It's hard to, because you have to like get these guys with the jump attack after they strike, but they're so good and so well timed to only strike when you're like vulnerable.
I think they look really cool. And they have armor. They make a weird ass sound too.
Gotcha.
You're going
Another
down,
fun
buddy.
enemy to fight.
Especially into Dongo's cavern.
Yeah. That one place, but we talked about that before. So that's all the fairies
Yeah.
in this room.